Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
Everything okay?
No, I'm having an annoying morning, but other than that, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. So but it wasn't like, oh, he's saying at 9:02 I'm here. Fuck that noise. He made me wait 2 minutes. I'll wait till 9:04 and 35 seconds, and tell him. Do you want me to take notes?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I do, yeah.
Zoom is going crazy with me now.
It's not Zoom. Still, we've had this conversation 3 or 4 times now.
I like this guy. This guy is almost an upper class version or a more controlled version of you. We've been saying that it's my guitar that's sitting up against the wall. You've made that same joke since show 4. Yes, you can. That is the picture of Allison that Susan shot. We went over that in test show 6, 9, and 14. Yes, I know about you not getting Christmas, you stupid, ignorant Jew. Yes, I heard the story about you. Mommy. How you doing, my man? No?
I don't have a good answer anymore.
Hello? You could answer if you cared about me.
I said I don't have a good answer. I can answer, but I'm not answering because I care about you.
So Zoom, that wasn't Zoom. Zoom, something came in from a different area. It must have been from my Parcheesi meeting earlier today on Zoom. Like, that's the funniest thing I could come up with.
Yeah.
It's not funny? Oh, that's not funny.
Maybe if you had set it up.
See, I already cheered you up, you son of a bitch. You're happier now.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't quit me. Is there anything about the annoying morning that you'd like to communicate to your listeners?
Not so much.
Not your listeners.
No.
I'm saying my listeners. Okay. Well, how about this? Susan and I, we were talking the other day, and you said, you know what might be fun? Do you ever listen to your own show? Stop it. What are you, stupid? I didn't say that because she would say it back to me worse.
Yeah.
I said, she said, wait a second. She sat bolt up and right up in bed. She goes, whoa. You were talking about, my name came up? Yeah, we're talking about Ellen. Oh, what episode is that? We need to know from you, Josh, who listens to the show on a regular basis. What episode was it?
I have no fucking idea even what you're talking about.
You said that you told me on the show. See, this is why I hope to God you don't get arrested for something. You sound so defensive. Okay? You're the one who told me. If you want to do a documentary about the dying of the thought that's currently in my mind, it happens so often. Come on, save this for me so we can get on with it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're asking. You're asking me to recall an episode number of something you talked about and think that I'm going to somehow have working knowledge.
You offered me work on the air. Normally, you don't offer me work on the air, but you offered me a position as the MC of a show on this Saturday night.
Oh,
and you mentioned Ellen, and you said Ellen said, "Oh, okay. Andy's great and Susan's great."
Yeah.
Do we know what episode? Do I have to call Perush at home?
Go back a few episodes. I don't know, 3 episodes ago.
Okay, but you describe it. I don't want to make the mistake of listening to another episode. Okay, cool. All right. I bet what people don't know is that I supply all the log. Is it called log lines? What are they called? I'm the one who supplies all the descriptions. This week, Andy is sensitive in a way that Josh can't understand. Josh, again, says something that is obviously cruel, but Josh passes off as humor. Later in the show, Andy mentioned his dead father 7 more times. Well, that's not really a log line. That'd be more like a blow-by-blow, right?
It would blow.
Oh, Josh... Really, Josh?
I told you.
Why am I cheered up that you're annoyed, and yet I feel like I've... by the way, before we start, I'm listening to why Michael Pollan's new book.
Yeah.
And many people have written to me personally and said, hey, stupid. I mean, not so much like that, but hey, stupid. A rock is not an animal. Stupid. But now I realize, of course, it's easy to call me stupid. I say so many stupid things. But in this particular case, I was sensing consciousness at a deeper level, much like my Dan Siegel book. Before Michael Pollan came along and showed how, and I like to thank time-elapse photography as well, that you see that plants are basically animals. That's what they've proven now. I just started listening to the book. But that's what I was sensing. I wasn't a stupid.
No, you are stupid and they aren't.
All I'm telling you, but you're so narrow-minded. You're so, now. This is the way your mind works. Now. I'm a genius. There's consciousness to plants. Plants have consciousness. And so we can't really say where they're sentient. In fact, they've caught a plant putting on a top hat. Oh, you're telling me this plant that I saw dancing online is a fake? And going, mommy. You're telling me there's no flower that can sing? Okay, how do you explain the lotus in Queens that memorizes that when spelling bees would never hurt me if I saw a plant in 27, a plant wins the same spelling bee I lost. Spelling, again, pasture. That's all that had to do. And it would be like a clinging ivy.
Whew. That was its own little shop of horrors.
Oh, my God.
Did you look through the homework I sent you over the weekend?
In fact, this is so embarrassing. The only reason why I saw it was because I said I'm running late. I'm not running late. Oh, no, I didn't. I finally said, I'm here, and then you went, oh, you are, fuckface? Well, I'm not going to let you know till 9:04.
Yeah, let me finish dealing with my emergency before I log on, okay? Fuckface.
You can't be Marcus. You can't pretend to be Marcus Welby or Quincy over there, okay? And telling me that, yeah, you just, you really put out a fire.
I have to say, Quincy's stuff, less urgent.
Wasn't, if they enter this stadium and the water fountain is poisoned, you're going to have 62,000 dead people in the Shea Stadium. Maybe was he in Queens?
No, he was L.A., Marina Del Rey.
If you're telling me, you better get your ass over to Playa del Rey.
All right. You got me with Playa del Rey.
Oh, you see, people think I don't come by this honestly. I've been doing this since... Oh, okay, I lost my train of thought. Can you believe that? I lost my train of thought?
I can't believe it. Amtrak is more efficient than you.
Okay, well, I wrote this joke today. I have to remember to, here's the joke, you ready? I have to remember to ask the doctor about whether I'm suffering from dementia, okay? Oh, also, before I forget, shut up! I'm trying to deliver this punchline. Shh. Oh, another thing? I should have called the doctor yesterday. See how I cleverly, do you see how I cleverly stuck two premises together there, or no?
You have the special subset of dementia where you just go to First Thought Theater for everything.
Okay, it could be like Jeopardy. I have good news, bad news, and worse news. You have terminal, you're going to die cancer in the day. In one day. You have 24-hour, I'm going to die from a cancer thing.
Alex.
What's worse?
I was trying to make it like Jeopardy somehow. You said it was like Jeopardy.
Okay, what's the worst? The worst news is you have 24 hours, you're going to fall down and die disease. And what's the worst news? I was supposed to call you yesterday. Yesterday I was supposed to call you.
So I sent you this article about...
Should I go look at it now?
No, I don't. No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
I'm gonna describe it to you. And Jesus Christ, fucking take a fucking Sudafed or something.
The doctor told me I have conjunctive vaginitis and that I'm going to die. And if someone makes fun of me, I'll probably die sooner.
I'll probably die sooner.
What a deep pit of hate do you have? Not even that below the surface. A deep cavern of hate that you can draw on. Okay, I'm back.
So the article was about this car ride in 1966 that Bob Dylan and John Lennon took together during the Don't Look Back D.A. Pennebaker filming.
It didn't make it into the movie?
Didn't make it into the movie. And it shouldn't have made it into the movie because Bob Dylan was so fucking wasted on smack in this thing. Like this,
well,
like
wait,
first,
that's heroin. He wasn't.
No,
on
it was
heroin,
on heroin.
right?
Yes, that's what he was on. Yes, and Lennon maybe. Lennon was high, but Lennon, you know, the stories conflict. He says he didn't start doing heroin until like 68, Lennon, and this is 66.
Right.
So. But you get these two heroes in a car, and it is literally nothing you want it to be.
But it's entertaining then, right?
It's entertaining, especially after you read the article in New York Times yesterday about it, you know, and the sort of backstory to it, and the sort of passive aggressive bitching that is sort of underlying it, and you know, it's talking about basically, you know, like the, you know, what were essentially, you know, diss tracks, you know, like when Dylan did Fourth Time Around, which was absolutely just a riff on Norwegian Wood, which was basically Dylan's way of saying that John Lennon had been stealing from him kind of before that.
Did he really believe that John Lennon had been stealing from him?
He seemed to. And then Dylan played that song for him, and Lennon says to McCartney, "That should be in Northern Songs." And Dylan didn't know.
That should be what?
In Northern Songs, which was their publishing company.
Oh, right. Right.
You know, and Dylan says, "Do you like it?" And Lennon's like, "No." You know? And so in this car ride, when Dylan's all smacked out, he like tries to confront John about that moment, and is like, "I didn't know what Northern Songs was, man. I had to find out from someone what it was, and you said that should be in Northern Songs." And then Paul McCartney didn't looked away and talked to Ringo, and Lennon is just kind of yes-anding him as much as he can. You know, it's clear that Lennon knows he's fucked up and doesn't want to like humiliate Dylan.
Exactly.
But, you know, there's times when he's yes-anding him. There's times where he's sort of doing asides to the other people in the car. But it's this real, like I said, it's like literally nothing you want this to be. And so there's an article about it in Sunday, the 5th, New York Times. And there is the actual 20 minutes of video is on YouTube. So,
what was I going to talk about here? It's like, oh fuck, this should not have been me.
But it's so fun. All of this, the fact that, you know, diss tracks are not just rappers. You know, you had fucking, you know, you had, you know, Paul Simon doing fucking Dylan jokes with the simple desultory
Philippic, yeah.
You know, which is a total mocking of Dylan. You had Dylan,
with a little pretentious
you had
title,
Dylan mocking John Lennon. You had like McCartney doing Back in the USSR to sort of mock the Beach Boys. You had all of this, like all of these weird, and then Lennon and McCartney went at each other after the Beatles broke up with diss.
Well, that's why I thought Back in the USSR was a you know, it comes off as a, so obviously Did you know the Beatles is spelled a certain way because it meant no? They I thought they were doing more. It's more of a sarcastic song about Russia. Obviously, you stupid man. It's a sarcastic song about how great Russia is. So on that, if you knew nothing about the Beach Boys, you would think that's how I took it. I didn't even know that they were even at any point. I thought they all
filled with
respected
Beach
each other.
Boy harmonies, and
I know,
and the Beach Boys
that.
had done Surfing USA, where they name checked a bunch of cities.
But the effect being to slam the Russians that by trying to bring up Russian images that prove that it's not so great back in the USSR.
But that's not really what it was.
Why do you say that? Here's my new. I'm hurt inside, but I'm not going to betray it. Why do you say that about me? I just kind of sound creepy now.
Because the song is essentially California Girls, but in Russia.
No, but I took the song as... I really took the song as how horrible...
But what's negative? What does it say negative about it?
It's a joke.
Right, but I mean, it's not so...
to unpack my clothes, let me hear those balalaikas. Right. There's nothing.
No, that's all favorable. Balalaikas are the musical instrument.
No. It's all a horror. Here, look, I don't want to cause a situation where you call me up a couple of days later in tears. That's what I'm concerned about now.
Yeah.
The song slams communism, just like Taxman slammed capitalism.
I'm just saying, in what way does back in the USSR slam communism?
What's it called when you're saying the opposite of what you mean?
But what is the opposite? It's mostly talking about how hot the women are.
What is it?
So,
sarcasm, Susan.
So the irony is simply that the women are all ugly in these places.
I don't think
it rises to satire. I think it rises to cheekiness.
Robert Kindler. I know what you're doing, Robert Kindler. You're trying to make me feel less than and make you feel more than. It's hilarious on the way the paper bag was on my knee. All right, all of those images are in the sound of the Beach Boys.
Right.
So you would think it would be celebratory events, but it's not. It's using the Beach Boys and the California Girls.
Right,
but you wouldn't know it was that he was mocking the Beach Boys in that song, unless you knew the backstory.
Well, but if you were living in the world of popular radio and having heard the Beach Boys, you would know that it was a Beach Boys reference, is what I'm saying. It doesn't exist in a vacuum.
But not putting down the Beach. Why would you assume it's putting down the Beach Boys? I think you've lost. Here's the thing.
Again, I think it was that's where the sarcasm is. is in the Beach Boy treatment of it. And I think because
California Girls are very pretty, okay?
Right.
They are pretty. God damn it! Now I am getting upset.
There's some hot Russian ladies if you've been online, my friend.
This is an unpleasant conversation on every level.
I'm just saying that there was a sort of parody satire factor to the song, but I don't think it had anything to do with the politics of communism. It had to do with the dreariness of Russia, perhaps in contrast to the California Girls thing, but I don't think it had anything to do with the politics of the time.
I think it absolutely did. It was I think it was is it Paul McCartney?
Yes.
It's a very funny way of him slamming a lifestyle. Like a lot of these groups in the 80s who went to Berlin or whatever before the wall came down, they did notice that they in their own country they could say we're as bad as everybody else, but when they would tour they would see now there was real repression here. Now it's real like every other country, but back then they could be beaten, the crowd, for celebrating too hard. Now I know that's happening now,
right?
But that used to be a thing, so that you could actually say it's not.
But it's not like they were doing rock shows in 1966 in Russia.
No, they were doing no. Well, this is You know, Blood, Sweat, and Tears was going to do something. I forgot what you saw the documentary, right?
Yeah, in the 70s.
Right. All right, look, this is getting, you know what the problem with this is? It's getting
After
into...
Nixon kind of opened up the whole dialogue.
See, this
with
is
the
the thing.
communist countries.
We know my mind is slipping. We know each week, I told you I get tested every week. I'm down to 70,000 words now. I started at 2 million words, including phlegmatic
I know, but
and dystopia.
The problem is that when it turns into a conversation instead of a monologue, you get very defensive. So I had a place I could jump in there and we could have a discussion about something, and you took it as an attack somehow.
Au contraire. And you can just see now, I, on Friday night, got excited, and I said, not to Susan, but I said to myself, tomorrow morning, I'm going to text Josh Mankiewicz. I don't want to bother him, right?
Yeah.
But I want to be incessant in a way, like even if it's once every 4 months, he doesn't forget Andy Kindler.
Right.
So they had an au pair who was involved in some nonsense. Not on he wasn't hosting.
Yeah.
But it was about an au pair. And so I came up with au contraire, au pair. Something like that. He could take it on his own and make it his own. Uh-huh. And I didn't do it on Saturday. No. And that's what I'm proud about.
Personally, I think Josh Mankiewicz would be more than happy to receive some Saturday morning wordplay from his friend Andy.
See, I third guess myself.
The thing. You think that it's like charity that that Josh.
No, but I don't think, because you put me down. It's you put me down. I have a friendship. You're my best friend, ostensibly. And you're always putting me down. So
sure, that's the fun way we get along.
Right. So I'm very self-deprecating.
You're like my elderly little brother.
Let me see. What was it?
You're my elderly little brother.
Oh, I thought, do you like my elderly? I thought you were like, do you like my elderly impression? Anyway, look, I don't want this the success or failure of this podcast to ride on your on your inability to understand lyrics. I don't want that. I don't want that to be the horse.
I'm just saying the only satire in there is applying beachy lyrics to the dreariness of Russia, of USSR. There is no political content to it, as far as I'm concerned.
You know, and I know you're as advanced in chess as I am. I try to do the 3-move every time, even if I played now. I haven't played in 14 years. I still try and do the 3-move thing, or the 2-move thing.
My big thing is, does the horse go here?
That sounds like a really weird. Does the horse go here? His name is Paul here. But that is exactly what you say every time. I don't care I guess if you're a grandmaster, that doesn't happen. But for me, every time I played, they go, is it till with the buck up again? That's, well, it moves weird. Well, don't think of it that way. Just think of it as 1, 2, diagonal.
Right.
Is that what you're supposed to think of it?
I don't know. I hate chess.
Here's why I hate chess. I'm not that good at it. And I wanted to be good at it.
Samesies.
Okay. And I realized this, that I probably never told you. I had a chemistry set when I was a kid, and sure. I thought it would be the greatest thing, and it would make me fall in love with chemistry, natural ingredients.
Sure.
I mean, rocks. And I was actually on Teenage Book Talk. I've told the story a million times, and I was demonstrating a rock, and I said, "Look, on the show," he said it like this: "On the show, we're going to took Alka-Seltzer tablet into a thing of water. So it's not really, so you have to kind of lie. Kid, look at me. You got to lie, kid, and say, this is it." I still can remember it to this moment. Well, that's not really the sound of the thing. I can't remember what the sound of the thing was supposed to be. Sure. All I know is the fake.
All you know is even young Andy Kindler couldn't go along with a fucking bit.
That's right. Early on signs. Okay, great. I know, yeah. Tell us again about the time they came over to your house and I gave you ice cream cereal. We're tired of hearing about your child. You know that one, right?
Sure.
You don't know it?
They come and they go.
This was one of the times when I felt like a big shot when I was a kid. I don't know how they got there, but all of a sudden, these people came to our house. They said, "Hello, sit down right here. What do you think of this ice cream cereal, freeze-dried ice cream?" And then it melts.
Astronaut Crunch.
I said, what do I think about it? I think about why wasn't it here when I came out of the womb, stuff like that.
I think it's space age-tastic.
No, they had another group of kids that they would do that with.
Andy Kindler's chemistry book. Here, taste this.
It was so boring. Look, I don't want to say a chemistry set was a litmus test for... I don't want to say the chemistry set was a litmus test for... That's a great joke. That's a joke that's almost on the level of, I got the book on I want to get the book on procrastination, but I decided to get it tomorrow. It's the same joke.
I think
procrastination.
You're making me feel like we need to do a show of just you with musical accompaniment singing old jokes.
How do you sing an old...
you've been doing it all morning.
Yeah.
And it's like an Andy Kindler sings the hits, but they're all just old classic jokes. He had a hat.
That sounded almost like to the tune of My Three Sons. He had a hat. The tune of what? Old man, almost dead. I said the tune of what could that possibly be? Is that a reference to a family thing?
Our mom and son went to the beach, and then the son got swept to sea. The mother prayed to God above, and then the kid from the sea he shoved. The mother said, up to the God, ba-ba-da-da, he had a hat.
You were upset with me coming in at the end, or you thought that was appropriate?
No, it was fine. It was good.
Okay, because you used to hate it when I came in.
No, but I felt like at least it said you were with the bit instead of against the bit. Yeah.
It's sad that at this point, sentience in relation to me, sentience.
Yes.
You could say, is he a sentient being?
Let's just say plants are more an animal than you.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. I was onto something with this animal thing.
Right.
And for example, remember the...
But first of all, sentience is a little far to go with the whole plant thing. The fact that there is some communication facilitated by fungi.
Talk to Michael Pollan's hand.
I can talk to his
Michael
hand.
Pollan's
But to reclassify them, you can attribute more things to the plant genus, but you can't. It doesn't necessarily switch them to an entirely different classification.
You could argue with Michael Pollan and these other people.
That'd be more fun, that's for sure.
How do you know? I think I'm delightful. I know very little about many things. I know very little about a certain amount of things. I used to know about a lot of things very little.
Mm-hmm.
Like Eddie Haskell was in Vietnam. I used to have a whole
be a mile wide and an inch deep, and now you're like block and a half.
Oh, no question that the times when you couldn't run to a dictionary every 5 seconds, well, you had a dictionary, but you couldn't run to a encyclopedia type thing. It was a much better life. Yeah. It was a much better. If you could argue about the stupidest things for hours upon hours.
And never be truly proven wrong at that.
Never be truly proven wrong.
And it was walk also away indignant.
It was, right. It was entertaining.
Sure.
You could bullshit more in those days. But now, you see, I think every third day I go, now I'm using AI exactly right.
Uh-huh.
Now it is useful that I go on. Okay, here's what happened. And this is a true story. You want to hear a true story?
Sure, champ.
This is a very sad true story. Yesterday, I go out to take the recycling down. Right? But I also wanted to I have a I'm not bragging, but I have a Bona Vita. It's a electric kettle. Bona Vita.
Uh-huh.
And I had problems with the old Bona Vita, but it turned out to be the what's the thing that the hot part of it that you plug into the wall. What's that called? The hot plate or something like that.
Let's say.
The base, right? Yeah. So the base was having a problem, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to put that in the recycling." Well, somehow I got down. There's 2 areas downstairs: the recycling area and the area where I might take something to the Goodwill. I didn't think I did it, but then I realized, yes, indeed. I tossed that hot plate in to the recycling bin. So I immediately had two choices. One, the old Andy would have climbed in. Oh my God! I did try to look in. Oh, where did that thing go? The old Andy would have climbed in, and maybe climbed in because it's a tragedy, right? Now you're wondering what's the tragedy?
Well, I mean, I think it's it would have been an equal misplacement if you put it in the Goodwill bin.
Let's not argue about that.
No, I mean, why would you give Goodwill a defective part of a fucking kettle?
I'll tell you why. Hey, Eddie, check it out. You have that Bona Vita. Bring that Bona Vita tea kettle over here. I got a base, and they're high-fiving each other. It's a big day over.
Doesn't work. What the fuck? What kind of an asshole?
Actually, I'd like to ascribe better thinking to what my plan was. My plan was to put it down somewhere downstairs, and if the other one went...
You meant to ditch it in a bush?
No. I was going to keep it downstairs in case something happened with this one, and then I could fix... Because when the other one stops working, which is, when there's 000...
I was in French class.
Okay. So 2 hours later, and 14... questions to AI, they told me, look, don't throw hot plates in there. That's not a good idea.
They call that dream cycling.
Wait, they do have, do you know what you are exactly right. It's not dream, but that's what they said. Wish cycling.
Wish cycling, all right.
Wish cycling.
All right. Thanks.
Right? So, did you know that they had that term already?
Yes, I got it wrong, but yes, I knew the gist of it.
It's wish cycling.
Yes.
They go, all right. Yes, Andy, we know you have, they don't say it, we know you have OCD. Yes, you could ruin an entire recycling factory. You could, you could 1 out of 6 trillion chance of it flying into someone's face.
Yes.
I never thought about that one. First, I would have to say, accident of recycling plant in Van Nuys, details to follow. And I start to realize it's my hot plate.
Right. Man choked, but bona, his last words were bona fide.
But then it got into an interesting discussion, though. It showed me where I can dispose of all my batteries.
Oh, that's good.
Very easily.
Yeah.
And it said to put a tape on top of certain batteries, like the 9 volts. You put like masking tape or something like that on the ends.
Makes sense.
But it made me feel like I'm one step closer to making my life Swedish cleaning, or whatever they call it.
Swedish death cleaning.
Make
sure you keep death in there.
So what would you have done? Would you have climbed into the recycling bin to try to get the thing out? And the fact that I could still go down today.
I wouldn't have made such a catastrophic mistake in the first place.
That's what the answer is. That is exactly what the proper answer, if you believe.
Here's what I assure you, Andy, is that there are wish cycling safeguards in place.
Yes, that's what they yeah.
And here's what I further assure you, they're barely recycling anything.
That's the thing that makes me sad. Is
Ever
that true?
since China stopped taking most grades of plastic the way they did for decades, it's the whole thing is fucked up.
Except for cans and such.
Cans are good. Glass and metal they still got going, but plastic is it's a big fucking lie.
Well, that's why I used to like Penn and Teller. I know you love everything about them, but I used to, I had a grudge against them. So they used to have this show called Bullshit. Penn and Teller, bullshit.
Yes.
You're probably aware of it, right?
I am aware.
And every week it would be something else is bullshit. So they go into recycling is bullshit. So my question is, what do we really learn after they say at an hour of, they go, yeah, you could maybe do a can would be, maybe if you did a can would be okay. But basically telling you, you're right to not be recycling. It's all bullshit.
No, and I disagree with that, but it is largely bullshit.
Okay, okay, but now, what about the thing where you have to replace? If I don't replace the top of the milk, how important is that to our carbon footprint? Which I do normally. Rinse it out.
Yeah.
Put the But what happens if I don't?
It expands more.
Oh, okay, something like that. All right, but you're saying I used to have this idea like Mad Magazine behind the scenes. This is an actual idea I've had in my mind, just showing you the what's pedestrian nature of my thoughts in my mind. Okay, and it says I would go down behind the scenes at a recycling plant. So it's like a Don Martin thing, and the guy's looking at individual things, and someone didn't rinse this out.
Right.
Hilarious. Tell me why I wasn't a Mad Magazine writer, which I'm sure, except for the first couple of years, was a horrible job. Not really.
I don't think so, but
no, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm just joking because I wasn't a magazine writer.
No, nor was I.
And I love Don Martin. I love Sergio Aragonés, if I'm saying his name right.
I was offered. I was asked to submit anything I wanted to Mad, and I still didn't submit anything.
I know. I didn't. Well, you could have. You, I understand. You, I get, but me.
And frankly, once they put me in, I had checked it off my list. My whole Mad Magazine category was checked off there.
And what was your article?
It was Mad. I got one of those pictures of me looking at Mad with the sort of, recoiling from looking at, and the Mad celebrity visits. It was.
So you were a celebrity.
I was the celebrity in it, which made it even greater.
That's
It's not just me. It was me and Trace and Frank.
And was Jake Hogan directly? And by the way, Jake Hogan. I'll tell the story about Jake Hogan's dad. Here's the story about Jake Hogan's dad. This is a real story. It's not meant to slam me or Jake Hogan's dad.
This is Arnie.
Yes, but it really slams me more. It's really a reflection of me.
Sure.
I say, the one story I have that's a consistent story is that my father was friends with Harvey Kurtzman when I was a kid, and so I knew Harvey Kurtzman. So I say to Arnie, hi, Arnie Kogan. Hi, my father was friends with Harvey Kurtzman. Something along those lines. He goes, well, I don't know who that was, or something like that. He says, I didn't know those guys. Yeah. It was whatever. I'm not saying exactly what it was, but it was him going, hey, it's me going, please love me, Arnie.
Right.
Because I'm trying to establish that my...
And Arnie said, drop a better name, kid.
Right. So, only to say he was right. Once again, I was wrong. It took me... Okay, but anyway, so what was my point? Okay, so you had your dream. I think that's amazing. Now, I feel like... No, I'm not the kind of person that
I wasn't actually drawn. That's the true dream, would be to be like... be Mort Druckard in a parody.
Oh, they took a photo of you.
Yeah, this was an actual photo, but still, it was closer than I ever really thought I was going to get. So it was fantastic.
The way I look at that is the way that it's like a. What did Harvey Kurtzman do? He did I don't know if it was the first person to do it, but he did the captions.
Yeah.
Captions to film. Yeah, the captions to
photos. Photo funny.
Exactly. Somebody, I get a lot of people who write just to me about the show. I don't know if you know this. And they're always saying, Andy, okay, I forgot what I was saying.
I sit there quietly hoping. I just sit there quietly.
Why don't you look at it?
I could be interrupting and mocking you at this time. And I'm just sitting here waiting for a fucking dead end.
When I'm gone, and I'm hoping, with this Trump, I'm hoping it's earlier than I expected. I wanted to live till I'm 90. Now I want to drop dead at 72. You know what? I'd rather get rounded up at 71 now. I always thought that getting old would be hard, but I didn't think my Stuttgart joke would come true.
At least round me up while I can still walk.
Round me up while you can still. By the way, I can't talk to you about it for real, but Spectrum is on the way out. Don't spread it around.
You found the answer finally?
Yes, I found the answer.
What's that?
The answer is you take...
I'm going to be a Luddite.
Okay. What is the best way to get the signal on your television? I, for a couple of weeks, thought Verizon. They'd give me a box
No.
Turns out,
No.
I don't even get Verizon.
Turns out you live by a tree.
Exactly. I don't even get Verizon. That's the thing. After we took the thing back, I was remembering I don't even get Verizon. I don't get them on my cell phone, and they're my cell phone company, and I have trouble with them, and I want to replace them. And I want all of my listeners, not your listeners, but all the listeners to pay attention. You just you cancel your cable, and you just take Spectrum for the internet. Your internet, right?
Sure.
And here's why.
We all knew this was all leading to this for weeks now.
Okay, but why? So you have.
So what have you done?
Right?
Are you doing YouTube TV? What is your replacement?
Whatever it is, we haven't decided that yet.
Okay.
But why do I have two ancient recorders here? And you're almost up to 95%. I'm paying for an ancient. It says TiVo. Actually, they scratched off TiVo.
Wow!
And they put Spectrum on it. You're paying for, and I didn't realize it until I spoke to Chatty yesterday.
Yeah.
For good.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're
and then
renting.
We'll build
you are renting those boxes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm returning them soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to be returning them, and what are they going to do? First, they're going to try 85 salespeople. Oh, wait, hold on, sir, wait. But eventually, if I have a sandwich and I've caught up on sleep, and I'm willing to put 7 hours into it, I can get this change. And what do you say, the MLB package? You can get the MLB package. So, yes,
you can just get that online, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Sure.
Why aren't you doing this, Mr. Criterion Man?
Because I'm a very, very lazy man, and when it comes to interacting with others, with any sort of officialdom or form filling out, I freeze up like a child.
But don't you have boxes too over there?
Yeah, oh God, I got boxes. My boxes have boxes.
Have you looked at have you looked yet at your bill recently?
Yes, I have.
Mine was $377 last month.
Mine is not that high, but it's it's tickling up against those sorts of numbers.
Okay, so all I'm going to do, at least you're not arguing with me. Like once was pointed out about my manager, Bruce.
It is paid for by my corporation, though, I have to say.
That's good. But once at the airport, we were trying to convince Bruce to get a roll. We later got him one of those roller bag type things.
Yeah.
And he was arguing about how he liked his garment bag or whatever the thing here.
Yeah.
And Susan said, "Now you're arguing against the invention of the wheel, Bruce."
Yeah.
Is that right? It's very good. Slammed him.
Yeah.
Very good. And we all laughed.
Yeah, no, this is, I mean, my, when it comes to wasting money on things, it's much the same as smoking for me. It's like, it's not like I defend it.
Right. But people with wealth, like I thought the people with wealth, like Rich Brotherton, I thought like my brother, he doesn't pay for YouTube TV. He just goes around, watches, know what I mean? So because he thinks, why should I pay for it? So I
would have been it was one of the very few times where it went 3-month trial. And I went, okay. And I literally even put it on the calendar.
Wow.
Because it's like, I'm going to do the trial. And if I don't like it, I am going to cancel it. I'm not going to do this again. But it truly, like within 10 minutes, gave me palpable pleasure to not have the ads. And how many things in this world give you palpable pleasure?
Yeah, that's palpable pleasure.
Yeah, I mean that's worth $10 a month to me. Palpable pleasure is worth $10 a month.
Right.
It hasn't waned. I still do not regret paying that money for YouTube. There are other what I really need to do is because the cable does give you free versions of all the streamers, and it's the with ads versions, but there's but Peacock, you're only watching that for stuff that's going to have ads anyway, generally.
No. Here's where you're wrong. Peacock is one of our go-tos. We watch all the Housewives things.
Oh, see.
Everything NBC.
I'm talking about how smart people would use it.
Well, you didn't say that. You didn't initially say that earlier. You didn't say that a minute ago. I'm the guy who's arguing that you didn't. I'm not arguing against whether I'm stupid. I'm arguing against whether you said that or not. That wasn't part of the original thing, was how stupid I am.
I watch virtually no actual TV shows.
I know. Well, that's the difference between me and you, is that you have... Well, I used to think it was a superior life or superior attitude towards life.
Just different taste.
Like you like to give a nice chunk of change when you give to charity, right? You give a nice...
better than a sad chunk of change, isn't it?
Right. So you don't give like if someone like me gave to Doctors Without Borders every month, you might say what I give to them every month is... You might use the word piddling.
Well, first of all, I'd say Médecins Sans Frontières.
Médecins Sans Frontières. Thank you. Still trying to prove that I can speak some French. So my sister was not correct when she said, "Excuse me, what did you say?" I said, "Merci beaucoup. I learned it today in class." What? I said, "Merci beaucoup." Oh, you must mean merci beaucoup. She was Frenchy. She walked around because she was very good at languages. She also learned Yiddish. She learned German, I think, even. But she was one of those people. She was like Dorit on Beverly Hills.
On who?
Dorit is like one of the most obnoxious Real Housewives characters. And she's always lording it over. She's like Madonna in a way. She lived in England. And so she has the Madonna thing where she does like an English accent. But she also can speak Italian and all these languages. And she loves to lord it over everybody.
She's a bouquet of affectations.
That's exactly what it is. I'm going to have, can I use that on my, you know what they call them still? They call them the blogs.
Yeah.
In the Real Housewives. Yeah, you're going to go on the blogs? Have you ever heard it that way?
No.
Said that way?
No.
Josh, I wanted to say something. A lot of people say, what is the secret of a good show? And this is absolutely true. The secret is that if we, on the Monday of the week, talk for... Now, in this case, I was 2 minutes late. And then this guy had to one-up me with, you're 2 minutes late? Make it 4 minutes. And then he comes right in with the same message every week. I'm already annoyed. Watch out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, who am I? Am I Charlie Chaplin? Is he the little tramp? Am I the little tramp of the show?
Had you greeted me with concern instead of contempt, things could have gone differently.
You know what? I apologize. I apologize.
All right.
I'm the bad one.
Enough said.
We'll be back. 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 I need now.
I gotta tell you, man, the new operating system is a step up with Mac because no longer can you just lightly press something. You gotta press that green button on FaceTime or it's not gonna go. And that's an alpha male type thing. I've been reading about alpha males.
Really?
You want to fucking do this podcast, Josh? You want to fucking do it? Give me 10 or do something or say something mean. Fuck face? Well, they don't say that. No. Alpha males.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
I have so much to talk about, and I would say 1% is going to land.
Okay. All right. Do you want to start with the one, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'll go. Okay. I thought laden is would be a word that Jerry Lewis would like.
Sure, probably.
Laden. That's not part of what. That's nothing.
Right.
That's nothing.
It sounds like lady, kind of. You know.
The other thing is, I don't want to say this to make me better than. I don't want to say this to make you less than. But I am about 4 hours away from not cutting the cord like with my parents, which I never could do.
This is fucking boring every week with your TV fucking bullshit.
I will be. Josh, and I encourage
Is there
people.
the only thing more boring than what did you watch is how did you watch it?
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. You have a point there, but the point is, when I call up Spectrum and say, cancel my cable, I'm switching to internet, and just internet, and you know what won't happen, which maybe doesn't happen. Maybe you have machines that are more modern than mine. We have to unplug the computer, unplug almost every couple of days because it stops fast forwarding. And now you're saying the new machines are better. I'm saying, you know what's better? Unlimited DVR. Thank you.
Huh.
It's a new day. It's like, remember when people were talking about a la carte cable?
Sure.
No, you don't. Now you're humoring me.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I just want it to end.
Okay, that's over.
Okay.
Now this thing about there's like there are all these alpha male boot camps. You go there and you're going to be a man. What are you what are you, a beta schmuck? And it's very, very popular. And Joe Rogan is part of this alpha male thing. That's part of his popularity. But my question to you, Josh Elvis, if he had anything to offer, humorous, of interest, unique, anything other than caveman garbage, wouldn't it have surfaced before his podcast? This is what I don't understand about his podcast. I've never listened to 1 second of it. In other words, I'm afraid to listen to it because I don't want to hear the intro.
No,
hey,
you're going to be influenced is what's going to happen.
Hey, baby. Hey, Joe, what's going on?
I am a kind of a pussy.
Yeah, that's what they want. And I'm sure, I bet there's someone in the show that Joe Rogan treats poorly. Get out of here, Schminky. It's probably to do a Howard Stern type thing.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Schmoopy.
I don't, there's enough people who actually watch what he does that can comment on it too, rather than making jokes about what he might do.
No, this is not true. I've listened to his excerpt talking about how white South African farmers were being abused. And all these black people were just killing white farmers. That was right-wing fascist propaganda. Much like when he said that in grade schools there's furry boxes for the furry kids to say. He lied and spread these things. He's just such a hack, uninteresting. Unless you think, I want to see what the muscly guy says.
All right.
And a fucking right-wing douchebag. How did he get traction? I know how he did because I look at Adam Carolla. Look at all those assholes. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Are you man enough to take it? Free speech. And the first thing was free speech, fuckface. I'll hold. Oh, I thought you were going up somewhere.
No, I wish.
I thought you were just retreating from my...
I was just reclining because I knew there wasn't going to be time for me to speak in the next few minutes.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I told you we allow... I said, let me rant, then let me incoherently rant, then let me sputter, then let me get upset at you for not being loving me, and then you can talk.
I love you enough to say, bring something new to the table with the Joe Rogan discussion because just the generalist "he sucks" rant
that's wrong.
Been covered, and I agree with you 100%. I don't.
If he had anything to offer,
there's no place where I'm going. No, give him a second.
I think it's a slightly new angle to say if he had anything funny, interesting to say, he would have said it before he got his podcast. I know what you're saying. Everything I do sounds a little old hat. But what do you see where I go out to the clubs and then people going, he's not afraid to call out Rogan? A couple of years ago, I couldn't call. A few years ago, everyone hated me.
On a generic level, though, just say make it podcaster / comedian X. I don't necessarily agree with you that had he had something to say, he would have said it in his act versus on a pod.
It's a joke.
You're very different.
It's a joke.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't. Where is it landing?
You can't help me anymore because I'm not paying you astronomical money to help me write the speech. You're not going to. You're like an alpha male with me. You're an alpha comedy male. That's not funny, Kindler. Are you kidding me? You're doing the same thing. You want to be better than me, but on an intellectual basis, which could be true. It might be true that you're smarter than me. What did I do now?
No, this is great.
That wasn't a bad one, was it? Well, I'm saying part of our defined relationship is that I say things and you say they're stupid.
Well, but the other part is that you're making a series of declarations, and so all I can do is evaluate them as they've come as declarations.
That's fine.
Right.
I think it's absolutely fine. But I'm just saying to you, if I was to get upset about it and go, oh, yeah, you're not backing up my comedy, I'm just saying I can't take your notes because I know that you think anything I would say about Rogan would probably be, it's already been said. You did this when you edited my thing. You had opinions. You don't do 18 minutes of Lorne Michaels. Nobody knows who Lorne Michaels. So these are all valid concerns.
Yeah.
But I just can't.
But you've expanded it into a thing that like a diatribe about Lorne Michaels. It was purely it was in that case, it was because you decided to go off on Lorne Michaels before you said, hi, everyone.
Well, maybe. I mean, you can criticize how I've been on previous shows.
I wasn't criticizing it. I was defending myself.
Oh,
actually.
I'm not. No, you were allowed to have thought that was the greatest of
no, but apparently it's caused a 15-year grudge when it was really just a note that at the time when we were making the thing that we ultimately agreed on, or we wouldn't have proceeded that way.
Okay, this is definitely not how I intended any of this stuff. So I'm kidding around. I am grateful that you took out. I don't think we almost all the Lorne Michaels material. So I'm trying to make the point that we may just have different. Like I may be like a pest about saying this one thing about somebody, and it could be, and it could be, if we were in a comedy gym and we were working out, and then you go, good one, try it again, something like that. But I can't take your note here because I know don't like that kind of thing. You don't like that I went after Lorne Michaels and stuff.
No, I had no problem with it. I had a problem with where it was in the show. That was my problem with it.
Well, I didn't even. I think it's interesting that you would say that. I had no idea what you see. I didn't even know that. So I understand. So you're saying I started out the show and I had a bee in my bonnet and it wasn't, so it made it less effective or something.
No, it's just that you digressed before you started.
It's okay. I do that all the time.
All right.
Okay. But I'm just saying you don't have to agree with, after all the stuff about Lorne Michaels, I still hate him every bit as much as I hated him before. I hate him even more.
I know that. I feel that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything inappropriate about it. Now,
I didn't either. It wasn't trying to protect you from show business that I made that note.
Right. But I sense that you're a little upset. Am I wrong?
No, I'm not upset. I'm just, but I feel like we should hash out this Lorne Michaels thing because you bring it up fairly frequently as if it's something I did to you. Like I took out your choice
true.
Lorne Michaels material, and that's.
Then that's I'm not conveying it properly. You saved the show by pulling out unnecessary things. It ended up being 47 minutes. I've always relayed that as you pulling out this Lorne Michaels stuff. A lot of it wasn't even that good Lorne Michaels material. Okay, so that is how I intended it. I think you think. Well, I don't know. I think you think that I'm bringing some kind of anger. I don't feel that way at all.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Okay, but
I'm glad we cleared it up.
I am glad we cleared it up because, when we're allies to each other, when we back each other up.
Sure.
But I could tell today, and here's why I think maybe me, growing up in an environment where all I did was look to see people's disapproving looks, and my mother was severely depressed, and you had to, every day was, can you make your mother happy? Can you make your father laugh? Can I make my mother happy? I noticed a little look on your face like, oh boy, this crap again. Just slightly.
Well,
but
it's part of my repertoire. I can't say that it wasn't there, but
it's not part
there's
of
also
repertoire.
A history of you misreading my face quite a bit, though, too.
That's true with everything. When I told the person at 7-Eleven, what are you fucking looking at? And he was just giving me change. That was me going.
That's like, almost like Spectrum behavior, really.
You mean like Spectrum?
Not the cable company, no.
Why would you name your cable company after what most people think of as the Spectrum? you're on the spectrum. Maybe if it was 1955 and there was one black and white TV, it'd be good. See, I'm not judgmental about the fact that this might be garbage I'm saying now, but at least I am better than you. I'm arguing that I'm better than you. No, that's not true. It's not true. These things are hit or miss.
Yeah.
Some people write to me from Lithuania. What's it? Luxembourg. I got one sold a DVD in Luxembourg.
Wow.
And they
from
said,
their capital city.
Brussels. Give me a clue.
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Why wouldn't it be Luxembourg? I think it's Radio Luxembourg. Is the name of their,
okay.
You know what, Josh? I really feel no. I got nothing. So, no. I think. You know what's interesting that you say so. So anyway, that is the general thing. Even if it meant like you have a stomach ache when you had the face. I saw something. You were reclining. They says, "Oh boy, oh boy." Should we talk about YouTube TV again? I'm totally willing to talk about YouTube TV. Not only that, Susan. I'm not taking Susan to. We usually go out on Friday to an appointment. She's sleeping. We can go way past 10, baby. Way past 10.
Fantastic. I'll come over and wake up Susan.
How's Allison?
She's okay. She's getting better. We had a endoscopy the other day, and everything's okay. So.
That's great. Because she had.
We had an endoscopy. I said.
Why did you say we? You didn't have one.
I'm highly involved in all this to a point where I'm ready to just shoot myself in the head. Really. Now my dog is injured, so that's great.
What happened?
I don't know. He's limping. He got groomed and came back limping. That's not good.
That's not good. That's where you start to go. Do I look at a different groomer? The last 5 years
for sure is.
No, do you really think so?
Yeah, no. I mean, it was like a mobile groomer. They come and they.
They're gone. They come and they're gone.
And we've used them for years, but once your dogs come back broken, it's time to look for another mobile groomer.
That's a cool thing, though, right? In general, as a concept, because they get all the dogs cleaned up outside the house.
Yeah,
Isn't that what it's for?
It is. It's luxurious.
Okay, but what's the advantage? Is it like you prefer food trucks, so that's what you like to do with your animal? Is that what it is? Or is it more convenience? There they come again.
Yeah, no. If food trucks came to my house, it would be similar.
You would be happy if you had some of the food trucks like that are on Ventura Boulevard all the time at your house.
We get the shittiest ones in our neighborhood that are like fixtures.
I know. We get Korean. I don't even know what it is.
No.
We get Taiwanese.
But apparently the staff of CVS loves it. I don't know why they're there every day.
Also, and I'm not a law and order. I'm no law and order guy. Law and order.
Sure.
But is there a permit? They have to have a permit. You can't park in front of CVS for a year and a half.
I don't think there's a site-specific permit, but there is a city permit that they need, yes.
Yeah. Well, thank God they're there.
Yes.
Because there's too much parking. There's too much parking on the street
right.
there.
Old Jew Medical Corner!
I had an echocardiogram. I had a carotid ultrasound. This is like my father had an aneurysm in his leg, and it got big and dangerous. And so my sister, before she died, she calls me up and she says, "You got to get this checked out because we have a history of it in the family."
Sure.
Because those aneurysms are not good. My dad went in for an aneurysm.
Oh, Jesus. It's happening. Oh, Jesus.
He came in for an aneurysm. He left with this big, it was huge and painful. I want to avoid that mass of stuff.
So is everything good?
Oh, they haven't given me the results yet. But here's the way they look.
Tick, tick, tick.
Oh, you should see that. The two people, the technicians, were like looking like this, and they looked over at me and went, "So what are you guys talking about?" "Oh, nothing." "You see something on my test because you're a technician." "Oh, of course we don't. It's probably fine."
So why did you say IE?
I'll tell you, I love medical tests that can't possibly be painful in any possible way. You know, oh my God, did you survive the echocardiogram? Yeah, I had a little stuff on my chest that I wiped off. They gave me a handy wipe for it.
Yeah.
That's it. The ultrasound to check the carotid artery, which I don't even know what that is. There's one on each side.
Yeah. It's
Stupid.
It's a big
Stupid.
blood pathway for you.
And this is in my self-defense class, I teach people,
Yeah.
wow. And what does that do? Slice the carotid artery? Or is it
Not with
cause
your hand so much, no.
You like a fist to the carotid artery?
I'd go butt of the hand to the nose. Is what I got.
That was the one thing I learned even before. I was a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo. I don't like to talk about it. I only like to talk about it because obviously I don't feel I
You
learned
don't like
anything.
to talk about it because then people start to picture it, and then nothing good can happen.
If I thought that I'd learned anything from it, I'd still be told. No, that's not true. I think I am a third-degree black belt. In my mind, in bed, on a ship.
Yeah, you're certified by Phil's Dojo.
What is Phil's tradition? Oh, he's a son of a bitch. No. What is it? Hapkido? Is it Taekwondo? It is various martial arts. It's like when Trump said, when Larry King asked Trump, where does the vodka come from? Does it come from one area? It comes from various areas. I don't know why I had Trump sound. You know, all of these people, if I could put them in a room and scream at them, Lorne Michaels, Larry King, all the people, wasn't he on the Today Show he was everyone's favorite guest. This insane sociopath was on everybody, and they wanted to know what he said.
Insane sociopaths are very entertaining when they don't have power. And
did you see, and it's about time that Melania, and I've always felt Melania, whether you like, I love them, whether you like him, but what a wonderful woman when she wore the coat that said, I do not care what you care. I do not care. What about you? I really do not care. How's about you? And that she should come out separately from her husband, very brave, and to say, I did not do, and I'm not making fun of her accent.
You are, and it's fine.
Yes, she's lived here 40 years ago, and she can't say, she moved here 75 years ago, and she can't say Epstein's. It's Epstein's. I can't even speak English well. And it's Epstein's. I had nothing to do with Epstein crimes. What do you think is going on? Tell me what you think, and then I'll tell you what do you think is happening?
I don't know, but it can't be good for their marriage.
It's bad.
It can't be good if nothing else, he created the greatest distraction to the Epstein thing that he possibly could.
Now, what is he
and
going to
there
do?
she is. Hello, Donald. Hello, Donald.
But and you know what? You know when they say that they didn't consult each other? I kind of believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Trump is so stupid that you could arrange a White House thing, and he wouldn't even know. He's too self-involved. What's Melania doing? She's having a White House. He's too much in his own. He's too much on the way to the Masters or wherever he is. He doesn't go to the Masters.
I don't think so.
No. Are you watching the Masters?
Not yet.
Okay. Is there anybody good? Okay. Please, Tiger. What's happening with Tiger? Come on.
He's in rehab.
Is he really?
Yes.
That's good. He needs rehab. And I don't root against Tiger, even though he's dating Trump's daughter or sister or niece. Even though it used to be he seemed progressive of the golfers. He was against the live golf stuff. He didn't want to go to the live golf.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily progressive. That's more protecting the PGA than it was protecting.
That's true. I guess when you grow up in a white man's world, it has to in a white man controlled world where you weren't even allowed to be a member of a club that you're playing one of the greatest matches. It must bring both. You want to be a part of it, but you also secretly have to hate their fucking guts. Because I would.
I don't know because I mean I would. So I would.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that first of all, I think Tiger Woods had something to do with Obama's thing. That's how much I believe that Tiger Woods affected the love of old white men.
Oh, explain to me. Oh, he liked Obama.
Huh? No, I just mean that Tiger Woods cracked this very white rich guy world.
Oh, I got you. Right. Where he's a hero in that field.
And dominated it in a way that that people could only really admire if you were a golf fan. You know.
I think Jack Nicklaus is biracial.
You think?
I'm just kidding.
It's just a theory. I don't think it's a direct line, but I do believe that like I said, his dominance in this overwhelmingly white rich guy sport world, I think changed some people's vision of
black people,
or at least black men in white world positions. You know?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I think, like I said, I don't think it's a direct line, but I think it's I don't think there had ever been someone like that who these guys salivated over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No. And that's the thing. I mean, even like an avowed racist like Trump. I mean, he's just an avowed hates black people. He was, he must think when he likes Herschel Walker. Yeah, I like black people. Herschel Walker's a hell. I don't even know why would I want to climb in his mind? Because I don't even know how he thinks.
Yeah.
But I guess if Herschel,
it's not very ordered.
That's true. And if Herschel Walker didn't like him, he wouldn't like him.
Yes.
Like, you don't see Tom Brady. Well, he probably keeps it. I don't know. This is the thing. I should get over the fact that poker players.
Wasn't Herschel Walker on his USFL team?
I think he was. I have to get. It's like something is like I have to just realize that golfer, people who like, there's so much racism in that world, and so it does attract a lot of people who with liked minds. I mean, it's just a sport that attracts a lot of assholes, even though it's a wonderful sport.
They form clubs. They literally form clubs.
Well, we have a Jew one on the west. One of our Jew ones are on the west side.
Yes,
but that was one of the first ones.
It was.
Yeah. So back then you could say, I'm proud now I'm part of the Trump Resorts International. Doesn't that even sound cheap? Trump Resorts International.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but or poker players. I always am amazed. I'm not as much into poker as I was in the past. They're all not many of them are conservative. Right when I'm always surprised. And I spoke to my friend who's an excellent poker player. He said, "Really, Andy? That surprises you? You think that the advanced progressive political thinking will be coming out of the poker players?" But I guess it's also that they think in their minds Republicans want gambling, but that it's not even true. We can't even play online poker in California.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think
in
the old days?
That's not because of Republicans. That's because of Democrats.
Well, like who?
The ones who keep it illegal in California, who run the state.
No, but there was Harry Reid was almost did a national thing. He almost did a national thing.
Yeah.
And that would have been very, very nice.
But I mean, we voted it down as a state.
That's bad too.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I'm not saying I'm just because I signed a deal with what are they called? Betting Hero, SportsHero.com.
Sure, good enough.
Jazzercise Hero.
Right.
I know it's a terrible thing. I think it's a bad thing. I think we can agree it's a bad thing if you can call someone who's a friend of Pete Hegseth and see what the status is on the ceasefire, and then you bet on the ceasefire, which is what they did. They bet on the ceasefire. That's bad.
They have their own platform. It's called Clan Duel.
Now I remember the name of the actual one, which is Fan Duel.
See, I was saving it for my joke.
Right. I could have just... No, I didn't save it. I didn't know it.
No, I was saving it. I could have told you what it was.
I'm not saying that this show makes me more congested.
It somehow does.
It does. The doctor says I'm not going to make it. Career-wise, this is what I hope to be. Oh, I'm performing tomorrow night, and so are you? No. My performance tomorrow night is separate from your gig on May 1st. But I am performing at the... This is counter-programming. If you love Gruber, you love Josh, they're nice people.
Sure.
But you know what's happening that night? Goddamn Elks Lodge.
That's right.
What's cooler?
Free wieners.
I am so proud of myself that I did not eat any of the food at the Elks Lodge. Andy Kindler, the young
Why would you
comedian.
possibly be proud of yourself for that?
No, because
when you're repulsed
Andy,
by something, it doesn't take willpower.
Well, Andy Kindler, young comedian,
Yes.
might have gone, "Hey, it's free food."
Sure.
Oh,
But
it's free
yes.
food. I like hot dogs.
All right. That's one of the nice things about becoming a real adult, is you can afford your food.
Really? Then why
Speaking
was I
of
so...
real adult and doctors, I had my first old man urological exam.
Oh, and
Ever.
did you also went to your did you get the kidney thing back?
No, I haven't gotten the scans yet, but I went to the urologist. And first of all, I'm just glad to know that there's still somewhere on Earth where I can feel young, and it's the urologist waiting room.
You can if you go to my balance therapy.
I bet I would feel young there as well.
You'd be the youngest. Everybody would be cozying
It
up
was
to
a
you.
very
What's your
similar
secret?
situation, except for maybe people couldn't stand enough to balance at the urologist. Urologist. But, cause usually for the last many years, it's just been kind of like, I go there. He's like, everything good? I'm like, yeah, okay, here, go get scans. But this time it was the full old man. It was finger up the pupik. It was ultrasound of the bladder to see that I can empty my bladder fully.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Which I'm aces at, by the way. I've got,
Oh,
I would put my flow up against any man my age.
I'll put my flow up against yours because I take Flomax.
I do it unassisted.
I know. That means that you have a very nice situation there.
Thank you.
It's not fun. It's not fun when the constant going, when you have to go.
Yeah. I'm good.
But it's better with the Flomax. And I'm saying I aspire to what you're doing.
Sure.
Which is to be,
I do it with one kidney tied behind my back.
That's right. You're like an alpha male because you only need one kidney to go. So what else did they check? They checked, but was he like an old guy? Oh, I thought you were going to say this guy was like, because I have a doctor who is like a, some of them are like jokesters.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I have a doctor who is from, I believe, China. And he told me, did I listen to you already?
No.
He said, don't worry about me because I have tiny Asian fingers.
Well, my guy has tiny Asian fingers as well.
But he didn't call attention to it.
No. But I did say as I was bending over, this is a difficult moment to me as a comic because there's 100 years of hack jokes leading right up to this moment. And he said, and they keep coming.
And I have to tell you, I don't like it. I mean, I can stand it.
It really was. It was very quick and dainty. Like I said, he's
quick
a skilled surgeon, dexterous Asian man.
Don't you? Now you're making it sound somehow racist.
Well, you started with the little Chinese Asian man thing.
No, he said it to me. He goes, "I have tiny Asian fingers."
All right,
and
I rode that to. I extrapolated that to my Asian doctor.
My Asian doctor. So, so he had. Yeah, they had. I think the only funny thing you could say would be a Letterman like, "You're a court too low." There's nothing. They have not heard doctors.
Yeah.
Of jokes about.
Well, I told you when when I had my colon thing, I went to a gastroenterologist who was a great doctor, but his office was covered with stupid fucking shit jokes and ass jokes. And
are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, it was just
and that's insulting.
It was insulting, and it made me question his judgment at first. I had to be reassured that he's rock solid as a doctor.
Yeah. And still, I wouldn't go to him because of the jokes.
Yeah, it was like...
Give me an example of... You don't have to give it.
No, but it was like cartoons. It was like anything with an ass, like, punchline, or, if there was like a bend over, stick your finger up cartoon, it was there. It was just like... I'm
sure that's affected his business. I'm
he's
absolutely
retired
sure.
now, so that's why
see?
I have to find a new one now.
Was he in Beverly Hills, or where was he?
Yeah. He was a Cedar Sinai guy.
Oh my God. I get nervous. There's very, very good people in the valley, but they're not credentialed. And this is very boring to talk about, but like they totally changed the SAG, what they pay. They used to pay like $175 towards your therapy. That was maybe two.
We covered this. They went
okay.
Then they went to Aetna.
But then I heard WG. No, they went to Anthem. But I heard that the WG is not doing well. But the whole program is not doing well.
It's not, but with this, I think they got like $300 million to
shore it up?
To shore up the system as part of this latest negotiation.
Oh, I hope one of these billionaires didn't miss that $300 million. I hope that's okay for them. But now the WGA, which I don't know anything about, but why are people striking and they still haven't solved their strike? You don't know that one?
Well, those are actual employees of the guild that are striking.
Doesn't that look bad?
It looks bad to me, yeah.
And you're fighting for we're writers. Everybody gets a good payday. I bet SAG and pays their people better. They must, or else you'd have heard this from. They seem very happy, the SAG employees.
Mm.
So it's bullshit, man. Okay, I won't get into that with you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm the wrong.
If I can make the Writers Guild feel bad, I'm always happy to, because of how poorly they treated us during the strikes.
Well, there's a reason why writers hate actors.
Yeah, but the thing I didn't understand, like if I was on the set of Raymond, I'm a writer too, and everybody there was an actor. And everybody there was an actor. They were stand-up comics. Are they telling me? Did I tell them, they can't do stand-up comedy, but you can't let me ad-lib? That, I don't think it had anything to do with me. I think it was a power structure thing.
Yeah.
Because Ray could ad-lib. Ray could say everything.
Sure.
And not, let me tell you, Ray's the nicest man in the world. Ray did not ever take advantage of anything because he's a sweetheart. But I was made to feel like, why would you ad-lib?
Well, as a guest actor, it is bad form.
I'm a recurring character.
You're still a guest actor.
Some shows allow. Oh my God, this is really part of the writer. I understand that the writers get upset, but there are some forms of acting where they don't make you do the exact same line every time.
No, but
you can be a little loose with it.
Sitcoms are tightly blocked and rehearsed.
Not every one of them is. Some of them are, but you don't think they ever allowed them to ad-lib during Friends? Yes, that's why they were there at 4 a.m. Probably.
Yes, right. And they were each prime players.
But I just think it's a hard and fast rule that it made me feel bad, and then I just felt like I just didn't understand it, and I wasn't even going to ad lib. I wasn't going to ad lib, but occasionally they wanted me to ad lib.
Sure,
right? So where's the consistency in that rule?
Well, the rule is wait till they ask you to.
Okay.
I didn't make the rules, Andy. I just have observed. I have observed the attitudes on set.
They're not the rules. There's no rules on Bob's Burgers. They don't say don't ad lib.
Well,
right?
no, because there's not an audience there, and it's just doing voiceover. They're choosing takes no matter what in
there
voiceover
is absolutely
work.
Nothing that would have hurt the show if occasionally, which I was allowed to do, I ad libbed, which was I was allowed to do. No one said whatever you fucking do. If the spirit hits you, do not ad lib. Right. I know you agree with the policy, so we can
I don't agree with the policy. I'm just saying that's why you were getting scolded.
I never got scolded. See, do you understand something? I never got scolded because I would never do that. I'm not Robin Williams. I know I'm a recurring character. I would never start to. But
so what's the problem here?
Had I felt like it was okay to ad lib, like on Bob's Burgers, they say nice ad lib. Now that doesn't mean I go off of the script completely, but it's allowed for me to ad lib, and it's not just because it's a voiceover. It's because that's the style of the show.
Well, but it is because it's a voiceover. Because when you're recording voiceover, you don't have to stop a scene if something doesn't go right.
Woody Allen directs movies differently. I know I don't want to bring Woody Allen in because I just found out that he had dinner with Charles Manson. When Charles Manson was alive, just joking, because he seems to have dinner with everybody. He doesn't. His thing is, don't stick to the script. Come up with something you want to say. Right. You can't say that is inherently. I don't think that's inherently worse than David Chase, who will shoot you if you go.
No, but all I'm saying is that all these things you're talking about are entirely different kinds of productions.
It does not. Okay, you're right. If you're making the argument that you can't have a multi-camera shoot and only the one guy can ad-lib, and that's the way it should be, I don't agree with you. No,
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you do something unpredictable in a play-like situation, which is what a multi-camera show is, Like each scene is like a scene of a play. Ideally, it plays out in real time, and it's camera blocked throughout the week. So if an actor does, just let me finish. I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just trying to explain what I'm talking about. So if an actor does something unpredictable during that scene, as it's playing out to an audience, and they weren't ready for it on camera or whatever, they then have to stop the scene and start over, which means that all the jokes that had come before that is now a beat staler to the audience, as opposed to Bob's Burgers, where you're doing multiple takes. And it doesn't stop anything.
But people don't ad-lib that much. Like, you can't ad-lib a lot. But that they let me know that you can ad-lib is something that was not allowed on the Raymond set, because what you're talking about was not applicable to what I'm saying. I'm saying you're already seated at a table. You're in you're in this thing that's a scene where, and this is where Ray would come in with his thing. There's no blocking things. You're just
there is. There's a plan for where every camera is on every line on a sitcom.
But that's not why they're not. That is not have anything to do with what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a power. What I think is a power thing. It's like for some, and I think you have the right to have this thing, but I think. You seem to be saying that writers in general have this view about actors ad-libbing. I just think whether it's a multi-camera show, whatever the thing is, if you make people know whatever it is you want to do, like the guy who was really bad was the madman guy who would scream and yell at you if you change lines. I'm just saying sometimes it's not about the blocking; it's about power and control.
No, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is specifically the realities of a sitcom.
Well, that's what Robin. I mean, I'm sure Robin Williams.
And there is a time to do it. You do it at the table read, or you do it early in rehearsals.
Yeah.
So it gets baked into the show.
No, because there were many times where they didn't have.
Well, he's your friend, but I also don't have any trouble thinking that Phil Rosenthal was a control freak. Looking at those specials that they did, it's like, who's the star of Raymond? Oh, it's Phil Rosenthal. Oh, no, it's that guy.
Yes, exactly. I think we've said enough about it because I want to be able to go over to. No, I want to go over to. No, that's true. I mean, it's inherent in the relationship. Yeah. It's inherent in the relationship of.
I'm just saying that when it comes to guest actors, especially, the attitude on set is that it's this sort of thing of like, if you let one do it, then the others feel, there is a control aspect to it, absolutely. But I feel like, that's part of why I hate sitcoms, is because it is the most
restricted,
fishbowl, supervision heavy, making changes for fear-based reasons. And, it's just like, it's a really unusual and, in my opinion, sort of unproductive way to make art.
Well, I like the show.
In quotes.
Right. I like the show Shrinking. I enjoy it, but it suffers to me by the fact that this Bill Lawrence is like a multi-camera. He's doing, do you know why, to me, like I said this to Susan, why Harrison Ford is so great in this? It's because he's a movie actor. He does things small, right? And he makes the show way funnier. But he's still doing these things where unreasonable callbacks. You know what I mean? Like this guy says something and then the person who wasn't even in the scene, they go, I also do this. It just looks like a multi-camera shoot.
Right.
And so I think the show is okay, but it could be, well, it couldn't be better because it is what it is. But I think that's where it suffers from.
But it's too sticky for its own good.
I think it's too sticky for its own good.
Yeah.
And I think Harrison Ford's leaving. I don't know why he's leaving, but I think he might be leaving the show. Mm-hmm. But I love what they're doing. I love seeing Michael J. Fox. There's always something very funny on the show. And so, in that sense, thank you. Thank you, Shrinking. I like Jason Segel. I like a lot of the people on the show are excellent. What am I? Am I acting like someone's going to expose me? I don't know.
You're trying to make amends to the sitcom industry after that.
Yeah, because I want to keep all my ducks in a row. There's absolutely it used to be more fun when I could burn a bridge, I think.
Sure. Because there were other bridges.
There were other bridges. And it was like, I hope I don't want to lose all my 70-year-old man jobs now.
Right.
I don't want to jeopardize that. That wasn't said as smoothly as I would have liked it.
Speaking of which, happy birthday to Joel Madison this past week.
Happy birthday! Well, oh my God. I think he's older than both of us.
He is, but only by months with you.
Oh, he turned 70?
Yes.
Does he look 70?
No, he looks fantastic.
Thank you. How about me?
70.
True. Happy birthday, Joel Madison. And, 70 is the new... I think the people that say age is a number, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
Like, if you're 102...
They're right that it's a number, but it is a number that tells you something.
Right. It's like, I did this joke because
like my bank account is just a number too.
Right, but it's indicative of how much money you have.
Right.
But when they had this commercial where where the woman said, age is just a number and mine is unlisted. Okay, no one's used the expression unlisted phone number in 30 years. So the very commercial itself, it was written by old people.
For old people.
Come on, old people. That's going to be me in a couple of years from now. Come on, old people. Condos, pick it up. Where's the condo board president? Where is he?
Andy's new brand, Bop Fop.
What does that even mean?
By old people, for old people.
Oh, is that something you just made up?
It's a play on FUBU, which was for us, by us.
Oh, what? I didn't even know what that. I thought that was fucked up beyond recognition.
No, that wouldn't work. Really.
That's FUBAR.
Yes.
I never heard of FUBU. What does that mean?
It was a brand. It was a black-owned brand.
Okay. So it was not an actual word. It was a brand. For us, by us.
Uh-huh. Or Fop Bop.
Now it's like, but you have to really, you need a schematic with some of your jokes.
I do.
You know what I'm saying?
At least for some audiences.
And you need to write out a thing.
By the way, just before we go to questions, which we're doing right now, this week's grape report, the Autumn Crisp grape. I don't know where it's from because I don't know where it's autumn right now, but it was one of the greatest grapes I've ever eaten in my life. Like almost ping pong ball sized, just like a crisp 3-bite grape. It was amazing.
Susan loves them too. Is it a varietal like Candy Heart? Maybe
it is. I believe.
Yeah, and I don't like them as much as the Candy Heart because I think I'm kind of a hack when it comes to grapes.
I kind of liked I tried the Candy Hearts.
Yeah,
just to see where you were at. Very, very cotton candy attack. Very cotton candy grape attack and a very whiny kind of finish, which is why you like it, I guess.
I think it's because... I didn't even get that joke until you left.
It's time for questions. What do you want to know? We love your questions so much. It's half our show. Half our show.
Your bestie Jesse says, Andy, is your weekend only smoking a mutual agreement with your wife, with Josh, or with yourself? How often do you cheat during the week? I'm trying to follow the same routine, but struggling during the week. Thanks for the insights.
Well, thank you. What I decided was that I decided that I did too much lying in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to just hide everything. So I would do that for a few years. Like, did you, just, it started to bother her that I was high all the time. And then I would deny, what are you talking about? I'm smoking in the bath. Yeah, you're smoking in the bathroom. The whole house smells like.
Right.
So originally the deal was that she said, I bet you can't even stop smoking for one day. Right. And then I said, I'll give you a blah, blah, blah. And then I had that weird thing where I was, sober on the weekends and I had a weird schedule with it.
Right.
But now, I do treat it like a 12-step program a little bit. I've made the commitment not to smoke Monday through Friday, and I've kept the commitment. And I think it does work. It does heighten your sense that it is a habit that you kind of rely on.
Right.
I find it really does help with terms of anxiety. It helps in terms of OCD. But I can see how I look forward to it so much that I can't claim that it's not like a habit. But it definitely helps to keep to it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday until Sabbath, until the sundown. And I have kept to it.
All right. Let me just say that that's nothing like a 12-step program, but I understand what you mean.
I don't know why I brought the 12-step program in there.
Nothing you're doing is like a 12-step program.
I think of it like a 12-step program. Oh, no, because the 12-step program would say it made you powerless over your addiction to pot.
Right.
So that's not what I meant. I meant a 12-step more like honesty. Honesty is very important in the 12-step programs. I don't know why I can't talk. I think that I really am not particularly, what's the word, articulate. I just don't think I kept thinking it would change at some point, but I still struggle to phrase things. I would like to be more like Alan Watts, but I can only be like him in a perfunctory.
I wish I could be like David Watts.
I don't know who that is.
It's a Kinks song.
Oh.
I wish I could be like. I wish I could be like.
I want that song now.
Look it up.
Is it based on I always think, well, is it based on something real? I don't know. Because that group.
I was actually going to use an excerpt from it in one of my docs, and then we found out that they won't even have a conversation for under $10,000.
Oh my god! I mean, oh my god! No, but it's like the Replacements do that song about Alex Chilton.
Yes.
Right. So I had to learn who he was until I could get that. Love the song.
Do you remember? Do you remember who he is?
He was a member of one of those. I think maybe Star, that group that's called
Big Star.
It's not Pet Star.
It's Big Star.
The show I was on. Big Star. Yes, he was one of the really creative people, and he passed away.
Before that, the Box Tops.
Oh, was that more like a top 40 group thing, or like a?
Give me a ticket for an aeroplane.
That's a great. I mean, when I was growing up, I thought that was a great song.
Sure, still is.
My baby, she wrote me a letter.
Scone Zoner says, I asked this question because last time it just led to a rant about the Majority Report. Best and or worst experience on a boat?
Wait a second. This seems like a negative question. Last time I asked this...
No, I recall it happening that way.
Oh. So now let me hear the question again.
What's your best or worst experience on a boat?
My best and worst experience was going... My best and worst experience was going on a C-130 thing that got tail hooked to a big thing.
Aircraft carrier is what they're called.
Right. And it got me sick. I was dizzy. I was proud of myself because I was playing basketball, and so that was my best experience. What's his name was there? Not Mount Stephen Forbes. They were like, I was doing a show, and it was my worst experience because I hated everything. I just did not enjoy it. I knew if I was to be on the ship, I might get somewhat used to it, but I think I would be like seasick guy.
Was it out at sea? Oh.
Yes. It was out at sea. No, it was, out off of near Catalina. I don't know, something. It was like they flew us, and they promised me it would be like landing softly. They lied to me.
Sure.
And I had to sign a release, but they lied to me. And it is exactly as frightening as they say, because you're sitting backwards in a C-130.
Right.
So it's disorienting.
But at least when it gets tail hooked, you slam backwards instead of forwards.
That was good.
Yeah.
But then I was just nauseous the whole time I was there for the whole.
Yeah. I think that was more about being around alpha males.
I think that's true. It did make me very, very nervous. Everything makes me nervous. I also worried that you're going to somehow be drafted or something, or somehow they'll get. Well, now that could happen.
Dragooned.
That's right.
And what was this like a private party, or was this Letterman?
Oh no! This was a show I did called Real Time, which is the same name of the show that Mara did. They were wraparound shows for movies on TNT.
Oh, okay.
So I was wrapping around
like
Top
dinner
Gun.
and a movie kind of bullshit.
It's exactly like that. And my argument was, they said, we got to go to the aircraft carrier. My argument was, the people who are watching Top Gun are already seeing the most impressive feats. They're not going to go, oh, isn't that great that this schlub is on a ship now? So I was always arguing the easy way out.
And the worst part was right before you landed, they go, don't ad-lib. Dan Marsh says, hey guys, with so many comedians desperate for a viral clip these days, I'm very suspicious when a heckler seems to tee them up for a great comeback. Do you have any standard lines in your back pocket to quiet down an audience member, or ones you recall another comic using?
That's not us.
Yeah, I'm pretty situational with that shit.
Yeah, pretty situational. I mean, I've repeated things, mostly about me bombing.
When I was a kid, this was the joke I ended up selling to Louis Anderson, but for a year or two I had this bit about the dork tax, and it was like, I won't go through the bit because it was hacky, but it was like, someone said, hey, did you get a haircut? Got them all cut. Ching ching. That was
I had some funny bit about how people do that.
And so for those couple of years, like if someone said something in the audience, I could just go ching ching as a callback, and it would usually get a huge laugh. And
is that along the lines of when you're done washing your car? Do you want to do mine?
Yes, something exactly. Is it Tuesday today? All day. Ching ching.
That's right. Well, I never understood that all day. I'm saying I'm discombobulated.
It's dorky is my point.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't remember what day it is. I maybe had something to drink, and you're saying all day as if I should know all day.
So it was a hacky bit, which I later realized was very much like the stupid sign, the billing ball kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Louis wanted it really bad for me, and we were out playing Louis Anderson, and the way he did it was ching ching, and it never worked for him.
Get a haircut, got them all cut, ching ching.
Did you sell it to him, though?
I did, for $3,000.
What, and he never got it to work?
No, he did it on the Dennis Miller show once, and it didn't work, and I never saw him do it again.
And then did you feel bad about the $3,000?
No, I bought all my furniture that I moved to L.A. with that for $3,000.
Wow, that's a great story.
This was like the first week I was in L.A. We were out playing golf, and he... Actually, I was out playing golf with him and Jeff Cesario.
Right.
And Jeff Cesario got an emergency call from his manager, who was Lori Gilbert, Paul Feig's wife, that they needed him on Letterman. Like that, the next night. So they literally almost like airlifted him off the golf course. It's like he had to drive his cart back to the thing and go, and he just like gave me his apartment keys because I was staying with him.
Is that really that fast?
Yes.
Wow.
He like had to go catch a flight immediately. So.
And he had to get like a suit when he got there then or something, right?
No, I mean, I'm sure he went home first.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But it was.
Oh, you gave him your apartment keys when you're out of town. When he's out of town.
Yes.
Right. It wasn't like, I'm going to the airport right now.
It was, it was. It was like, but he had to, he went home to get his shit first.
Oh, that's good stuff.
But Louis was like badgering me for this thing. And,
I want that joke. I want that joke.
And I'm like, no, okay, Louis, no. And then I finally said, okay, $3,000. He's like, okay. And I'm like, huh?
Is that the most you ever sold a joke for?
Yeah.
Like individually? That's pretty good. So he was generous in a way.
Sort of. It was more of a bullying thing with him. It was more like the same way he was at a poker table, where he would, if he was playing with poorer guys, he would like scare people out with money.
That always works. Yeah. I don't want to meet his
Especially I was playing with him and his original comedy cronies from Minneapolis, so.
Like Cesario was there?
Yeah, I mean, Jeff was out here at that time. This was back in Minneapolis. So it was like Jeff Turbino and Scott Hansen and Wild Bill Bauer and Alex Cole and all these old guys.
Who was the other one?
Alex Cole. Do you know him?
Oh, yeah, I know Alex Cole, yeah.
So another one of those weird situations where it's like, I was fucking 17 or 18 playing cards with these guys, and they were like accepting me as if I was one of these old guy it's like I've had that same thing when I moved out here. It's like I had this gang with the Higgins boys and Madison and Feig and all these people who just sort of treated me like I had been there the whole time.
That's so great. That's so great. And it never helped my career.
It didn't help my career, but it helped my life a lot.
Did you ever yell at them like I did with Adam Sandler? Fuck you.
No, I wouldn't fuck things up like that.
Okay, good.
The union rep says, I love the question song and many other jingles on the show. What has inspired so many fantastic jingles on the show? Have you ever written one for pay on a commercial or something similar?
That's a good question. I would want to know.
I have.
For your mom?
I did, for my mom's company, Bachman's, which was this huge retail florist. I recorded a jingle, and it was really like my mom was like talking about what they were doing, and I was like, "That sucks, Mom. Can I try?"
Oh, wow.
I literally like went in and pitched the song to the board of directors of the company.
That's so funny. That's so great.
And they
What was the song?
I'll play it right now.
The proof's in the purple. You can see it in their face. The proof's in the purple. A purple packet from their favorite place. It's 100 years of knowing what you want a gift to say. The proof's in the purple. You'll brighten up their day. The proof's in the purple. That's the Bachman's way.
That's a signal to me that it will be in the show.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I got it. We could be great bridge partners.
Yes, exactly. Zero Sombrero says, do you have a preferred camera or lens for shooting docs? I don't really. I've used different cameras for the two docs. And I also use two different cinematographers for the two docs. And so the first thing is their preference, I would say. But the other thing is it's more about, like now it's like I would have to shoot in 4K, and so then it's 4K cameras that you're choosing from. And the only the downside of that is that it creates a massive amount of data to manage.
Wow. Is there a lot of 4K stuff that's available now? I mean, they're offering that as the YouTube.
Well, no, but everything is shot that way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you're going to go to a major streamer, you go to their tech specs, basically. Is
it a visual thing that is based on my eyes that sometimes this high definition stuff almost looks 3D to me?
Yeah. I mean, I have a real aversion to super high def, actually, if it's not scanning right.
Right, right.
There is such a thing as too high definition for me, where you lose the filmic quality, and it becomes so life video like that it becomes sort of uncinematic to me.
It's almost like
I don't know if that's just because of the 50 years of seeing movies as film, as
wonderful films, nice films.
So I don't know if younger people would have that same feeling, but it really bothers me on super high def TVs.
Yeah, and also, but I just thought it to myself, it is a little bit like those 3D pictures because I look at it and it starts
a little bit. It's like it's almost disconcerting how it's distracting.
Yes. Have you enjoyed any 3D things ever?
Not
movies?
really. I mean, I enjoyed seeing House of Wax when I was 10 in a revival showing with glasses and stuff. But cool. I hate the modern stuff mostly just because like I hate having the fucking extra thing on my face, and I already wear glasses. So there's just like
that's a pain.
It's but it doesn't. It just doesn't. It's not a storytelling enhancer. It's really not.
It really isn't.
But the good thing about super high def video is that it gives you the opportunity to choose a different frame within something you've shot if you want, without losing definition. You know how on something with fewer pixels, if you zoom in, it starts to break up a little bit. But if it's so pixel dense, you can zoom in or just take a section of the thing and have it still be a full-fledged image without losing resolution.
Yeah.
Noticeably.
That makes sense. And I have to say, my new iPhone, the camera is considerably better than the iPhone 10.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the only leap you can really perceive in phones, really.
Is how good the cameras are?
Yeah. For me, at least.
Susan says they're pretty amazing cameras.
In terms of other performance, I never noticed, but the camera's the thing that you feel.
Well, you could do center stage, too.
Yeah. Dan Marsh says, Andy, now that you've been in therapy for years, you've learned ways to deal with stress and anxiety and resentment. If you'd had those skills when you first started comedy, would you have been more successful? Or in a way, did all that baggage propel you?
I think the answer is, of course, if you knew that if I could have taken things less personally and realized what was going on, I'm sure I could have had more successes. But I don't know how much total success I would have if I came in as a well-adjusted, it's not, I didn't come in wanting to be angry, but I was angry.
Right.
So I can't tell. I can't tell what the difference would have been. My first answer, of course, I'd be in the Adam Sandler movies. But then we've already decided that wouldn't have been necessarily a better career for me.
Right.
If right. So I think it's too hard. Case by case, I can see how if I had a little bit more self-restraint, it would have made that project look better. But I just think it's one of those dangerous things to try and see. If only, especially if you have OCD.
Right.
Like I wish I hadn't had OCD. Well, you do have OCD.
Well, and I think there's two aspects to the question, too. I think there's the aspect of how would it have changed your relationship to show business is one of the questions. But the other is how would it have affected your comedy if you were more well-adjusted, Would your comedy have been radically different? I suspect it would have been because how you are on stage is what, especially in the past, was so driven by insecurity.
That's true. That's true. But it didn't
that's what
feel
made
good.
it funny, but it was funny.
Yeah, that's true.
It was hilarious.
And the thing is, I don't think that's why you can't separate. You can't even say it because why would I have wanted to be more confident when I was making so much fun of the fact that I was insecure?
Yeah, I mean, your panic voice on stage is like one of the funniest aspects of you. I don't mean that derisively even.
No,
I just mean
understand
that's,
what you're saying.
the things that you do because you're panicking about a silence or something is what makes it so live and funny and the funny kind of digressive,
Well, I can say this. I can say that now when I'm back on stage, I'm able to be a little bit less hard. I mean, now at my age, I don't feel like I have to. I would like to be more relaxed. Right. I don't think it hurts me to be a little bit more relaxed. Because I like to enjoy the process.
Yeah.
If you could.
Sure. It's just the problem is that it takes chops in order to enjoy the process.
Right. Well, I'm getting it back.
No,
maybe.
I believe you are. I mean, you've been doing
beautiful.
enough sets so that I'm sure the muscle memory is coming back some.
But this is not appropriate, right? One of these punching things?
Punching me.
Okay.
Stop punching me. Dan Marsh says, follow-up question for Josh. You've heard a lot about Andy's therapy secondhand over the years. Obviously, you're quite different people, but has any of it resonated for you and been helpful in your own life? I don't know. I think Andy and I, on the conscious level, we see the world in some of the same ways. But on the subconscious level, I think our wiring is entirely different.
But I think I can say for sure that, I think it's a separate question in a way. It's like our relationship has taught me. It used to be that I would run away from all relationships,
right.
Like any kind of problem. So I'm very proud that we've worked through things, and it makes, it's a challenge. How can we make the show good for both of us?
Right.
And so I do think that is. Oh, I also think that on the major issues, you haven't if you were someone who said you're an asshole for believing in God, or every time I brought up it, you're an idiot. I think you would be a different person. I think the fact that you can be kind of cynical, but you're not cynical to the point that your heart isn't open to, well, that may be true. Maybe there is, I think that if you had been more, you wouldn't be you, I guess, too.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. If there was an emergency, I would rather have you be in charge of the emergency than me be in charge of the emergency. Because I would be calling you up, the fire is coming over the mountain, the fire is coming up. Okay, Andy, if it goes bad, that's how I do see you, great under pressure.
Well, I won't try to rebuff that concept of me.
And that's a great skill to have, I think.
Well, I've been through a lot of shit.
That's true. That's true. Good questions, Dan Marsh. I'll tell you that right now.
Seth Dick III says Sarah Squirm's HBO special is really funny, but is really, really gross.
I'm not sure if I'd like. I mean, I think she's hilarious.
Yeah,
but I don't know if I'd like. How I am with gross.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Dan Marsh responded, "I want to see video of Andy reacting to the cheese pole bit."
Well, it sounds like a cheese. It's like cheese from the. I don't know,
but you're wincing just thinking about what it could be.
Well, I think it sounds like a vagina.
It's like the Joe Rogan show. You haven't seen it, but you're wincing at what it could be.
I've heard excerpts from the Joe Rogan show.
All the excerpts I see lately are him going, "Wait a second, this Trump guy."
Yeah, it's so wonderful. It's wonderful. But he's still never going to... Okay, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I mean, you're never going to get me in a position of defending Joe Rogan.
No, I mean, I'm tired of talking about him now.
Pickles says...
Hey!
And Pickles is back to their old thing. They've got the next several weeks of questions already now. Did you know LeVar Burton hosts a game show? Did you know there's a game show based on Trivial Pursuit? I bet you could connect the dots and tell me who's the host of that game show is.
Is it? Why am I not getting these?
It's LeVar Burton. I'm pretty sure.
I thought you were gonna. I thought somehow Ken Jennings would be there, but no, he's.
No, I think he's exclusive. He's exclusive.
Yeah, he should be. I mean, I would if I had that gig. I'd be like Drew Carey with his Price is Right. I'll be here forever. You're gonna have to dig me out.
Tweet Bahara says, Josh, this isn't just fan chatter. It's an objective observation. You are a really good stand-up, both in material and stage persona. Please get back out there beyond Acme.
Nice of you to say, Tweet Bahara.
Well, thank you.
Why are you writing things to yourself?
I put my cancer chunk in last week's show at the break because to commemorate going to the kidney doctor. So that's what it's apropos.
Well, I would love it if you were out there with me in the trenches.
I invited you and you. Whoa! Randy Woke Pride says, hey guys, no question this week. Just wanted to take this opportunity to say fuck you, Donald Trump, and the horse you rode in on and the shit on your floor. Thanks to George Carlin for this one.
I agree with him. Thank you, Randy. And you know what? Enough is what I say. Like, we could have been dead by now. Or no, Iran could have been dead by now if Crazy Man had his way.
Randy Woke Pride also says, I probably did this twice. The question is, what did you all do on Tuesday, our last day on Earth, when this piece of shit promised to end the Iranian civilization?
I had a lot of anxiety about it. I've been having a lot of anxiety since 2016.
Yeah.
That's based on that. If you have OCD, this guy's going to bring it out on you. So I have anxiety.
I think even without OCD, he's anxiety provoking. I can speak to that.
But you can't say, oh, yeah, he always chickens out. Well, he'll chicken out until he tries to do something recklessly horrible.
Yeah. You can predict a lot of his behavior, but there is an X factor.
That's
when someone's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Stephen Elton Yates says, SSB, Senior Strings Band, update. Mid-April gig at Gladeview Healthcare and Rehab is on. I wish you guys could be there. Andy, they'll be serving tapioca. SSB opens for Old Limetown Band on the Green in June. Scranton Strummers gig at the Guilford Porch Fest is on. BYOC, chair.
It's the greatest news. You know, here's the thing. Stephen Elton Yates both has his tongue in cheek, and yet he's doing these things.
Yes.
His tongue is in cheek. He has a good sense of humor about it.
Yes.
But it's not like he's making up these bands.
No.
He does have these. This is amazing.
You will know, if you doubt Stephen Elton Yates' sincerity at your own peril.
That's right.
That's
very exciting.
Tweet Bahara's back, and this one will take a while. Andy, how did your mother get interested in Quakerism? Interesting left turn in her life story.
My mother had I've told the story before. My mother grew up Jewish in in Mamaroneck, New York, where there were no Jews, and she really could have fulfilled the role of a self-hating Jew, which many Jews were, and even I can be self-hating. You know, it's like, I don't want to go around like, I went to the temple. So she never had any spirituality from being Jewish. I think she actually had a personal thing of like, with God from George S. Fox, even though she never was completely convinced about it, but she could feel like she could sit in this prayer, meditation atmosphere, and she felt very, very comfortable, and she did get in touch with, I think, love, which I don't think she ever had in her life.
Yeah.
So that's why I think had she not gotten into Quakerism, I think she would have really not, it would have been, it really broadened her, softened her, and made her more compassionate as a person.
That's lovely. Dan Wade, what? says, why is Byron Allen famous? And why do I suspect this has already been brought up this show?
Was he on Real People originally or something?
He was a teen stand-up in the 70s. And he was like, I think he got on the Tonight Show at like 18. And so that was sort of his claim to fame, was like youngest guy on the Tonight Show at some point. And then, yeah, he was a co-host of Real People with Skip
Fred
Stevenson
Willard.
and
Was Fred
Sarah
Willard on that one,
Purcell.
or?
I think Fred Willard might have come along later.
Okay.
But mostly it's because he's a billionaire. The guy's a fucking billionaire from his production company, which is basically built on what he's doing now with CBS, which is the infomercial style entertainment.
It's unbelievable. They go, for the first time, we're going to make money in late night, is what they're claiming.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you change it to QVC?
Well, CBS will make money because it's a fucking buyout.
Yeah, but it's like they're seeding that type of. It's
you know what you never see? Funny clips from Comics Unleashed.
Oh, you don't know.
I don't even think I've ever seen anyone use Comics Unleashed as a credit.
Or as I used to say, Comics Unleashed, but somehow still not able to get away from Byron Allen.
Yeah, nothing says I respect comedy than
unleashing,
than making your show like a dog park.
It really is insulting. It's like they're pit bulls, right? They're pit bulls of humor.
That's right. Flores77 says, I was listening to an older test show and the Hives were mentioned. Rock band Paul. So Andy tried to recall another band who also had that garage band sound and had appeared on Letterman with him. In the spirit of tying up that loose end, these are all the bands that I could cull from IMDb that have appeared on Letterman with Andy. Mr. Kindler, do you remember if it was any of the following bands? Queens of the Stone Age, Neon Trees, Hacienda, The Heavy, Need to Breathe, Lucas Nelson, and Promise of the Real, Ann Horse, Relentless Seven with Ben Harper, Super Furry Animals, The Neptunes, The Hold Steady.
Hold Steady, bingo.
Yes.
I did a segment with them. I really I love their music. I think they're really great. They're like kind of they're advertised as a Bruce Springsteen kind of sounding band. Yeah, so I went, I did an episode with them. That was one. But I also think I was on the show where Ben Harper was on.
You were on with all of these bands. That was the cross reference, is that these are all bands.
In other words, I should know these bands.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't remember Queens of the Stone Age at all. Oh, Husker Du, the guy who...
Husker Du.
Yeah, that shows how smart. The guy who, his same birthday as me, I met him and there too.
Bob Mould.
And then my friend who hangs out, I can't think of his name right now. God damn it. He's a brilliant drummer and he's with Tom Sharpling all the time. John Worcester.
Kirk Cameron left me behind, says, hi, Josh. Hope Allison, the information superhighway says her name is spelled with one L. That's incorrect. It's two L's. There is another Allison McLeod musician, though, so they may have directed you to her.
Wow.
I hope Allison is doing better. I really enjoyed the Goodbye Columbus lunchbox quip. Thank you very much. I was fairly proud of that. Did either of you or Andy have a lunchbox? I had a Garfield one. P.S. I also enjoyed Andy's impersonation of Paul McCartney singing like Jimmy Durante. What if he sang like James Mason?
What was that? I don't think it's just possible to know.
Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash as we fell into the sun. And the first one said to the second one there, oh, I hope you're having fun.
It worked. He has a certain sarcasm to his delivery.
Daisy Petunia says Byron Allen was on Mark Maron's podcast and talked about how he would hang out at the Johnny Carson show as a kid. He was never funny or cared about being funny. He just wanted the power and money of late night, such that it is. That said, I look forward to seeing you both on copious amounts of the new Byron Allen Entertainment Complex coming to late night on CBS.
I already turned it down. Again. They wanted to get me for Comics Unleashed.
Did you? Did you
Bruce
remind them of your rabble that you
No,
roused?
I just he was there that day. He knows what I did.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to have me eliminated because he's a billionaire, right? I'm like a little flea.
You're a flea, yeah.
Yeah. And comics can't do political. He said, don't do political material because he's the arbiter of what's funny, Byron Allen.
Delicious Mick says, "Hi boys, there's a fun scientific theory called the sneaky fucker theory. In species like the giant cuttlefish, a cuttlefish is an animal, Andy, larger alpha males use an obvious strategy by displaying bright flashing colors and aggressively fighting rivals while guarding females, while smaller beta males take advantage of this by avoiding direct competition, disguising themselves as females through changes in color and posture, slipping past dominant males unnoticed with the alphas fight, and even showing male signals towards the female on one side of their body while maintaining a female appearance towards the rival on the other, allowing them to mate without confrontation. Andy, how did you meet Susan?"
Well, here's the thing. Do you think I'm wrong that as soon as the line, Andy, it's an animal, that I tuned out on it? I started to think about just the fact that he thinks I'm stupid. Not even in an angry way.
Using fish to bait you.
I have found out that some of my ideas are not so far from I should have known what animals were. But the argument about where consciousness exists, that's what I was really saying.
Well, hone that one.
Yeah, I'll hone that one. But I do wish I knew more things like that's an arthropod. That's a dilio-boom. I wish I knew more of those.
You're a dilio-boom.
Do you know about the dinosaurs? Like, I don't know anything about it.
Boy, do I.
And when are they coming down from the moon?
The dinosaurs?
No, when we come the return from the moon?
Like 5 o'clock today.
Today?
Yes.
I'm so happy about that.
Splash down near San Diego.
That's really good.
It really is.
Because the NASA was in charge of this, at least they have, and they said that it's going to be. We talked about this, multi-nations, and they're going to try and do this in the right way, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah. And if you'd like to do things in the right way, go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral and buy us a coffee, the way so many of you generous folks have.
Yeah, please do that. And also, I'm going to do a Soupy Sal's thing. Hey, kids. Get the little pictures of George Washington. What are they? George Washington that he asked to get?
I don't remember the exact.
Yeah. Get those little pictures and send them to me. And they did. And he couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. He was really delightful for kids.
He was. He's my favorite Soupy.
True. You know, Josh, on a day like today where we had some sparring, we had a little light sparring. We got further from each other so that we would end up closer to each other.
It was an elliptical orbit.
It's right. There was nothing asymmetrical about it. I never knew what asymmetrical was. But we learn from engagement. Connection is the opposite of addiction.
No, it's the opposite of disconnection.
You must mean merci beaucoup.